You will accomplish what you believe that you are worthy and capable of achieving. First, you must believe. Welcome to Coffee with Alain. I have my Believe cup this morning because we're going to talk a little bit about belief and active shooter, active threat situation. The reason I'm talking about this today is I remember this person. It was after an active killing out east, and they were interviewing people, and one individual said, "There's absolutely nothing we can do about these situations or during these situations." And I was screaming at the TV, "No, yes, there is. I wrote this giant book. I teach courses across the United States on what we can do with these situations. First, you must believe that you can do something." And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. Appreciate everybody that joins me, shares, comments, questions. All of you make this worthwhile doing. And I've enjoyed doing this show, and I'm going to continue doing it. Remember, if there's something you would like me to talk about, put it in the comments, write me, and we'll work that in the schedule. Back to belief. We must believe. And this principle, the earlier statement, you will accomplish what you believe that you are worthy and capable of achieving, goes with anything in life. I just chose to focus on active threats this morning because I remembered that individual saying there's absolutely nothing we can do. There are many things we can do. We can do things beforehand, recognize things, recognize some signals that are being put out where we can stop these events from happening in the first place. We can harden targets and make things more difficult that will save lives. There are things we can do when the bullets are flying. We can escape, we can deny, we can attack back and take that killer out. There are things we can do after the fact. Things to make sure that we do not become victims of the law enforcement, that we can help them, ensure that they know that we're innocent and that we're the good people. We can do medical assistance to people to keep them alive until the professionals get there. There are many, many, many things we can do. And that's why I hated that comment by that individual. And he said it because he just didn't know any better, because he hadn't learned. And that's why I'm out there teaching and talking and writing to help people, to let them know that there's things they can do, but they have to believe it. One of the things I do in my classes is try to empower people with that belief that they can do something. And I give examples. Do you know it was a 70-some-year-old man and a 60-some-year-old lady that took down the killer down in Arizona a number of years ago with the congresswoman? There was a guy with pepper spray that stopped an active killer with a shotgun in Oregon. Regular, ordinary people have swarmed killers and tackled them down and taken the weapons away. Regular, ordinary people of all ages, men and women, have stopped killers. And I try to empower people with the belief that they can do it too, because they can. Anyone can, because others have. But the most important thing we need to have is the belief that we can do something. And then we get the training and the knowledge to make sure that we can go forward with that. Like to say good morning to Kellen. She says, "I'd like more info on the benefits of Reflex Protect." You know, Kellen, next week I'm going to be doing a couple days of Reflex Protect training. So one of those mornings, I'll do a special episode just on Reflex Protect, either Monday or Tuesday when I'm doing the training next week. Eric says, "Howdy from Columbus, Ohio." Good morning, Eric. Appreciate you being here. Back to believing. We have to have the belief in our own capabilities, in our own strengths, and we need to recognize our weaknesses and believe that we can improve on them. Before we can do anything, we have to believe. That's true with active threats. That's true with success. It's true with just about anything in life. Eric says, thank you for doing this each day. It's good info. I appreciate that, Eric. I really appreciate the feedback, and it's, people commenting and writing me and joining me is the reason I keep doing it. Trying to be something positive out there in what is sometimes a sea of negativity. We have to sort of pick and choose what we consume with social media, or we can get bombarded with that negativity, and social media can have negative effects on people. We see that especially with the young. So I'm trying to do something positive to help people and be, a positive light in that sea of sometimes negative darkness. Flight 93 passengers, 9/11, swarmed the hijackers. Great example, Dixon, of regular, ordinary people that took that plane down by, taking out the hijackers. And doing so while they lost their lives, they saved a lot of others of where they had that plane, intended. Ordinary people, heroes. One of them was a judo guy and, martial artist. So maybe that helped him, that martial art training, have that belief that he could do something. Because I really do believe that studying the martial arts, even if you never get in a self-defense situation and use those martial arts, they instill so many positive traits. And that belief in your own abilities is one of them. And Eric says, I like the positivity. Thank you, Eric. And that's when I set out to do this, I wanted it to always be positive. I didn't want to get on here and bitch and moan and be negative and do things that just weren't in a positive light that could hopefully make somebody a little happier in the morning, a little bit more knowledgeable in the morning, and have people start a great day. And that's what I want people to do. And I'm going to end now because I got a meeting coming up really shortly, a Reflex Protect meeting, which I will talk about next week, Kellen, Monday or Tuesday of next week when I'm doing the trainings. It'll probably be an earlier show because my trainings actually start at the time that Coffee with Alain starts. And so I will be training them. So I'll probably have an earlier show on Monday and Tuesday. So I might even wait till Wednesday's normal time. But one of those days next week, I will do a show on Reflex Protect. As I end, I want to just repeat. You will accomplish what you believe that you are worthy and capable of achieving. First, you must believe. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.